Hello guys, and welcome to my three-part buying a used motorcycle checklist guide. I'm pretty sure I used a different topic in the first one, but this is number 2 and we will concentrate on the front part of the engine. Basically this part, excluding the engine itself for now. What you want to check is the tires. Just first off, check the tires, check the wear. If you have wires sticking out, obviously that's not good. You wouldn't want to ride that on the highway or anywhere really. Secondly, check the rim. Has it been chipped? Chipped rim will not, depending on where it is, if it's just like a still just paint chipping off, that's normal. It happens. Get a chip from the highway. That will happen. Brakes. Check the discs. If there is a lot of discoloration, like a heat damage, you will see it. Might want to look into it. You might have to replace the discs later on. I don't know how much the discs are right now. I haven't checked it. Also, check the brake calipers as well. If you can, take a look inside to see how much brake you have left. If you have to replace them soon, that's maybe something you might want to negotiate to take that off the bill for the bike. Check the lines. Are they leaking? Are they dry? Mine have been upgraded to braided lines, and I gotta tell you the difference between regular rubber hoses and braided lines is night and day. It's much crisper, much sharper, better performing brakes. This condition we covered. Fork seals, obviously, front suspension. This bike has nice guards protecting this section of the forks from any debris coming off the highway. Also check, is it dry? Is there any grease rings around there? Strap your finger. Is it wet? If it's dirty, it's dirt. If it's moist, like from oil, yeah, it's something you might want to consider. Rebuilding front shocks is not cheap. What else? Rad. If you have a good viewpoint, great. Just see if there is any major damage. If the ribs are nice and straight, there is going to be some ribs that are going to be bent because of gravel from the highway, you know. Shit happens. It will get used up. Is it bent? Mine has a slight curvature right there, but I had to check numerous times. It was nothing to be worried about. It cools perfectly well. If you can't see any hoses, check them. Are they leaking? There is going to be a few hoses. Don't worry about that grease, by the way. See if they're leaking. See if they're in a good condition. Are they cracked? If they're cracked, you want to replace them. Handlebars and controls. Obviously, check around here. Check at the top if there is any oil leaking or not. Mine are perfectly great. I'm very happy about that. See if these what's it called? Adjusters are in a good condition. Some of them might be banged up. Not so good. Controls. See if they're nice and snug here. See if they're aftermarket. If they're aftermarket, do they have play? How much? Check your lines if they're old or if they're in good condition. Check how the controls work. Is it nice and smooth? There will be some pressure required to pull it. Do they work well? That's your brake. Also check the oil in your brakes. Is it nice and clear? If it's dark, you're gonna have to replace it. Check any wiring that might be going to it. Are the covers nice and rubbery? Are they cracked and broken, damaged? Check the throttle. It's kind of cold, so it's not going as it would. But is there a lot of slack in here? I have about, was it, 1/4 of an inch slack, maybe? That's alright. If you pull it back, is it coming back? Is it stuck there? If it is, you might have to replace the throttle line. That's another expense. Any aftermarket accessories here? This bike came with a Scott steering stabilizer. It's a manual stabilizer, not an electronic one like they have in new models, which are awesome. It's just a little dial you adjust, turn it clockwise for increased smoothness per se. You'll see the dampening when you're on a highway because it's going to be much it's not going to be as easy to get a wobble from your handlebars. And that just about covers the front end of your motorcycle, or second part to the guide. Thank you, and see you in the next one.